Let me say this right up front because there's a lot of noise out there. AI is not coming for everyone's job tomorrow. Nobody's waking up next week and finding out they've been replaced by a robot. What is happening quietly, steadily, is that inefficiency is being removed. And that's a very different conversation. We've been sold this dramatic idea that AI is the villain, that it's some unstoppable force coming to erase human beings from the workforce. That fear makes for good headlines. It does not make for clear thinking. Here's the reality. AI isn't replacing people. It's replacing slow workflows, manual processes, and outdated ways of working. Jobs aren't disappearing overnight. What's disappearing is friction, and that's uncomfortable for a lot of people because friction used to hide things. For decades, entire workdays were built around tasks that took a long time simply because they had to. Typing things out, rewriting the same emails, digging through documents, starting from scratch every single time. That wasn't deep human work. That was time-consuming work. AI doesn't replace thinking, it replaces repetition. And that's where the pressure comes from. Because when a tool shows up that can do in minutes what used to take hours, it forces a question a lot of people don't want to answer. What part of my job actually requires me? That's not an attack. That's not an insult. That's just reality. And the people who feel the most threatened right now aren't bad workers. They're not lazy. They're not dumb. They're just resistant. They're clinging to workflows that no longer make sense. I see this all the time. Two people with the same job title, same role, same responsibilities. One of them learns how to use AI to research faster, draft quicker, organize ideas, clean up work. The other refuses. Same hours, same pay, but very different outcomes. Not because one person is better, because one person removed friction. That difference doesn't show up right away. It shows up quietly, in turnaround time, in output, in responsiveness, in how often their name comes up when opportunities are discussed. This is the part nobody likes to talk about. Companies don't replace people because they love technology. They replace inefficiency because they have to survive. Budgets get tighter, expectations get higher, deadlines get shorter. I didn't create that pressure, it just exposed it. And when organizations say they're embracing AI, what they're really saying is, we want the same results, faster and cleaner. That's it, not fewer humans, fewer bottlenecks. But here's where people get it twisted. Refusing to learn AI doesn't protect your job, it protects your comfort. And comfort is expensive. I've been around long enough to watch this cycle repeat. When email replaced fax machines, when digital editing replaced film, when non-linear editing replaced tape decks, every time people said the same thing, this is going to ruin the industry. It didn't. It changed who adapted. AI is no different, except the timeline is shorter. That's what throws people off. Change used to take decades. Now it happens in months. So fear sets in. People freeze, they wait. They argue about whether AI is good or bad. Meanwhile, other people are quietly learning it, not mastering it, not worshiping it, just using it. And that's the part I want to be very clear about. You do not need to become technical. You do not need to code. You do not need to understand how the engine works. You need familiarity. That's it. The moment you know how to use AI as a tool, the fear drops because the question changes. It stops being, is this going to replace me? And it becomes, what can this take off my plate? That's a powerful shift. AI doesn't make you smarter. It makes you faster. And speed matters now. Not hustle for hustle's sake speed, clarity speed. The ability to move from idea to execution without drowning in busy work. That's where the advantage is. And this is especially important for the people we care about. Our kids, students, young people entering the workforce. They're not going to compete against just other humans. They're going to compete against AI-assisted humans. That's the real shift. And ignoring that doesn't protect them. It handicaps them. This isn't about panic, it's about preparation. AI isn't taking away what makes people human. It can't replace judgment, taste, ethics, context, experience. What it can do is clear the clutter, and the people who learn how to use it won't disappear. They'll just move ahead quietly, while everyone else argues about whether the change is real. There won't be an announcement when the divide becomes obvious. People will just notice fewer callbacks, fewer opportunities, slower progress. And by the time it's clear, the gap will already exist. So no, AI isn't replacing people. It's replacing inefficiency. And the choice isn't whether AI will change work. It already has. The choice is whether you adapt or pretend it's not happening.